Guys, so we're on lesson 128 of phonics today. And today we're going to be learning about the prefix un. Now remember, we learned about prefixes before. Prefixes mean that they're at the beginning of the word. So un, when you put it at the beginning of the word, actually changes the meaning of the root word. So for example, un means not. So let's look at 16. Our word is fair, is our root word. Now, fair means that something is okay for both people. Like it is fair to cut the brownie in half so each kid has an equal piece. Now, when I add the word or prefix un, it becomes unfair, which means it is not fair. So unfair would be if I cut the brownie that I have a larger piece and you have a smaller piece. Same thing, and we're going to go ahead and mark that real quick before we move on. So I'm going to box my un because that is a prefix. And then fair, f-air, remember A-I-R, make that air sound. All right, let's look at number 17. So we're going to actually, let me bring this piece of paper over. So for 17, we have a root word of hook. Now hook, if I was going to hook something together, I hooked the door lock together. So like I put the lock, right, and I hooked it up. So I hooked the door lock. Now, if I were to add un in front of it, now I'm going to unhook the door lock, meaning I'm going to not hook it, right? Or it was hooked, now it's not. So unhook. So again, I'm going to draw my line, draw my box, and then makes it sound, right? Unhook. Now let's look at number 18. So my root word is tie. So let's go ahead and just make that mark already. So tie. I'm going to tie my shoelaces. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that line there because I know I'm going to have to be talking about these shoelaces. Now when I add un in front of it, it becomes untie, meaning my shoes were tied. Now I'm not going to tie them. I'm going to take them apart, right? So untie. Do you see how un makes it not what it was previously? So fair to not fair, hooked to not hooked, tied to not tied. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. Go ahead and cover my un. So my base word is cooked, and that's again. Cooked. And now I'm going to say it's uncooked. Meaning if I cooked my spaghetti noodles, but before they were cooked, they were uncooked. They were not cooked. Now let's go ahead and look at number 20. Clear. Ear. Clear. Now, if the sky was nice and blue and clear, and then a bunch of clouds moved in, it would become unclear, right? Or the directions were very clear, or the directions were not clear, meaning unclear. All right, then we have just some words here. We're going to go ahead and break up into our different six syllables and sound them out. So I have successful, successful, successful. So I have successful. Full is a box as well. If it's not a prefix, it's a suffix, right? That goes at the end of the word. And this is so this is making the soft sound of E. So I'm going to put my Sedalia on there. Full, successful. All right, let's look at number 22. I have sad, saddest. Now remember when we learned about adding EST? If this was making a short vowel sound, we double that consonant, right? So that's why we have that consonant there. Saddest. All right, let's look at the next one. WH goes wa, sp, ing, wa, is, oh, sorry, wa, isp, ing. So I have wa, isp, ing, whispering. And this is whispering, 3 syllables. Let's look at the next one. Ask, ought, ask, ought. Mascot. Does anyone know what a mascot is? Go ahead and tell the person next to you what a mascot is. Yeah, a mascot is, like, let's say for the 49ers, right, football team, they have a minor, which I cannot remember what his name is, what the name of the mascot is. But he's like a minor, right? A 49er, right? And he, it's like a big, like, stuffed costume that someone dances around in at a sporting event. So the mascot right here, this guy, I don't know whose mascot he is. He's holding a football, it looks like. And he's a giant bird. I don't know what mascot that is on the side here. Actually, let me move my camera so you can see. But a mascot is like the animal that, oh, you know what a good example is the Ducks, right? The Anaheim Ducks. They have Nightwing, right, as their mascot. The guy who comes around the big duck costume and walks and he makes a bunch of noises and sometimes he passes out stuff. That's called a mascot. So mascot, we're going to put our mark right here. And there's our mascot. Then the last one, this is a compound word. We have 2 separate words. We have hill and we have top. So we're going to go ahead and do our mark. And hilltop. Hilltop. All right, let's go ahead and go back to our worksheet. I'm going to go ahead and write our next words here. And you can go ahead and do those with me. And then we'll go ahead and talk about them. All right, let's go ahead and go in backwards order. So 15, I already see my un, so I'm going to go ahead and box my un. Then I have packed, unpacked. So if I take away the un, I have packed, right? My bag is packed, but when I come home, now my bag is unpacked, right? I took all my stuff out of my suitcase, unpacked. Let's look at the next one. I have my un again. I'm going to go ahead and do my box. Oop, I forgot to draw my line down here too. Then if I took my un, I have safe. If I'm safe when I wear my helmet when I'm riding my bicycle, if I take off my helmet when riding my bicycle, I am unsafe, right? I'm safe when I'm wearing my helmet. I'm unsafe when I'm not. Let's look at the next one. I have unlock. Put my mark around, draw my line. All right, so lock, right? The door is locked right now, but if I unlock it, it is not locked. Unlock. All right, let's look at number 12. Now, we've seen these words before. Go ahead and read these 2 words by yourself. Yeah, you should have read wall and small, because we know that ALL goes what? All. SM goes sm, all, sm, all. And W goes wall. The number 10 is our new prefix today, UN, which goes un, which means not. And then we're going to go ahead and do 1 through 9. So first, on number 1, the sound of the letter is P. P. What letter makes the P sound? P. Good job. Now, what 2 letters make the R sound? R. 2 letters that make the R sound. Yeah, AR. Good job. Then, what 2 letters make the W sound? W, as in whistle. Yes, WH. Good job. Then, what letters make the Qu sound. Qua sound, as in queen or quilt. Q-U, good job. Now, what 3 letters together make the full sound? Full sound. Yes, F-U-L, good job. And we're gonna put a line in front of that and then a box because that's a suffix. All right, number 6. What letter makes the F sound? F sound, as in fish. F, good job. Number 7. What letter makes the A sound? A sound. A, good job. And then is that the long A sound or the short A sound? A, as in apple. Short. So I'm going to put a breve on it. Number 8. What 2 letters make the K sound? K sound. What 2 letters make the K sound, as in quack? CK, good job. And last, what 2 letters together go shh? Shh, as in shower. SH, good job. All right, that is it for side A of our worksheet. Let's go ahead and look at side B. Now for side B, it has a paragraph, and I want you to answer these questions. So what I'm going to go ahead and do for you is I'm going to go ahead and I want you to try to read this paragraph by yourself today. And then you're going to answer the questions. I'll read the questions for you. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to while you are writing your answer. So number 1 question is, what was Alberto getting ready to do? Go ahead and pause the video if you need time to write your answer. Number 2, Alberto wanted to play ball with Carlton, Alberto's brother, or his mother. Fill in the circle for the correct answer. Number 3, what was Carlton trying to learn to do better? Park the car, throw the football, dribble the basketball. Fill in the circle for the correct answer. Then don't forget to read your high frequency words. Some, does, known, rough, once, always. Go ahead and pause the video if you haven't completed these on your own. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and go through the answers with you. Please make sure you have done your answers yourself first. Remember, in order to learn, we have to try our best first, right? So I want you to read this paragraph to the best of your ability and then answer the questions yourself. Now you're just checking them. If you do get 100%, meaning you tried it on your own and now you're just checking your answers, go ahead and show me by just giving yourself a smiley when we're done grading, okay? All right, so it says, what was Alberto getting ready to do? So let's look for the word Alberto. So I have Alberto, a small boy, was getting ready to go play at the park. So what was he getting ready to do? Play at the park. And I'm going to go ahead and underline that sentence in my paragraph as well. It's getting ready to play at the park. All right, now it says Alberto wanted to play ball with. So I'm going to look for Alberto wanted to play ball with. So let me look in my paragraph. So before he left, he went to carport to get his football. When he got to his friend Carlton's house, he knocked on the door. A tall boy, Carlton's brother, unlocked it and opened it. Soon Carlton came to the door with all of his gear. They chatted until they reached the path to the park. Carlton began to bounce his basketball with the palm of his hand. So who was Alberto going to go play with? Carlton, right? Because Carlton is the one that had all of his gear. So sometimes it doesn't exactly fit. So you have to read into it and say, who is he playing with, right? Because it wants to know who is he going to play ball with. So Carlton is who he wanted to play ball with. All right, next, what was Carlton trying to learn to do better? So let's see if we can find learn to do better in our paragraph here. So Carlton began to bounce, dribble. Alberto also brought some chalk, so he learned to draw the football. They played football. It's time to go home. Let's see, they chatted until Carlton began to bounce. Well, Susie rushed down. Before he left Carver to get his football, when he got to Carlton, he knocked on a door. So it looks like what he wanted to learn to do better is what he brought to go play with Carlton. So it says before he left, he went to the carport to get his football. And then as we're reading more, Carlton again chatted, basketball. So Carlton began to bounce his basketball. Okay, so he was trying to learn to dribble the basketball better. Okay, so there we go. That's what he wanted. So I misread it. Carlton, not Alberto. Carlton wants to learn how to dribble his basketball better. So we're going to fill in dribble the basketball. So that's how you can help find your answers. So after you read a paragraph and you're trying to answer questions, you're going to go through and underline those things that they're looking for in those questions, and that will help you better answer. And just like I showed you in question number 3, you have to make sure that you're reading a question carefully, because I was looking for what Alberto wanted to try to learn to do better, but it was actually asking what Carlton was trying to learn how to do better. So if you can't find the answer, go back and reread the question to make sure that you read that question correctly, and then it'll make more sense. All right, guys, those are your answers. How'd you do? Draw a smiley face if you got 100%. And if you did have different answers than me, go ahead and change them to the correct answers. This is all about learning. It's learning about how to go through that paragraph and underline, find those key answers to answer the questions here. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.